So today we're going to have a go at creating a forest theme monogram. Let's go ahead and get started straight away. So the first thing you want to do is create your letter. I'm doing a J. What I did first is I did the basic outline of a J and then I made it thicker, as you can see here. Once you've done this in pencil, you can go over with any pen that you like. You can use a felt tip, a thick or a thin one, or you can use any pen that you have. I erase while I'm going, just so it's easier to see what I'm doing. So I'm adding the pen now, and I'm going in one smooth motion to start with. But as you'll see, I start making it look a little bit more sketchy. I like this effect. Obviously, if you want to keep it a straight line, you can. I just like the texture that this gives. Once again, erasing as you go, just to keep it neat. Okay, so now that we've got our letter, we can go in and add the vines. As you can see here, I'm taking it over and under. So if you imagine you've got your finger or a pencil, and if you wrap around it, you are going to see some of it at the front, and obviously some of it is going to be hidden as well. So it's the same basic idea here. You can see that I've exaggerated around the corners. Normally this may sit a bit tighter, but just for this effect, I have gone out. I've also got the vines kind of coming out of the ground, just so the J looks like it has a base to come over. So I've done that in pencil first, and now I'm just going to go over it with a brown felt pen. I'm going over it pretty thin to start with, and then I add in a bit more thickness in some areas and also a bit more texture. So you can see here I'm coming out and under, and I'm just going along the ground there, just so it looks like it's got some roots to it and it's got some stability, the J. And at the top of both of the areas, I suppose, on the J, I've kind of just had it drooping off of the side, so it's got somewhere to end. So we'll keep going with that. So now what we're doing to the vine is we're going to add the leaves, and I'm doing this just by adding, I suppose, pretty random twig-like things just to attach the leaves to. Have these all over the vines going in different directions, and then once you've done that, you can start adding some leaf shapes. I'm doing really basic leaf shapes here. It's not so much a realistic drawing. This one is more of a creative, so just keep filling in the leaves. If you want to, leave a few of them blank. You will see that I leave a few of them blank, and I also have a few leaves falling off. And once you've done that, you can go in and add the colour. I start off with this really dark, I suppose a forest green really. And once I have done my green, I go over with a brown, and I do this in a few different ways. I may go over a little bit with brown, go over at the base of it, go over it with the tip, or I'll go over the entire leaf. That just gives a little bit more interest to the leaves themselves. What I'm doing now is just around where those roots start wrapping around. I'm just adding little, I suppose, grass tuftlets sort of things, just to give the idea that there is ground there. Do some in smaller groups, do some in some larger groups as well, just to vary it up. Once we've done that, we are going to go in and add some flowers, but before we do that, we need to go in and add some small little branches for them to sit on again. So let's go ahead and do that. Now to make our flowers, I'm just going in with a dark blue. I'm just doing really rough flower patterns all over one another. I don't want them to be perfect outlined flowers because I do want to go in and add some more texture over the top with another colour to create some more interest. As I did with the leaves, I'm also adding some falling flowers. So as you can see here, you can just see the detail. I've gone over the top of the blue with a pink just to make it a little bit different. So what I'm doing now is with a coloured pencil with a brown, I am adding the detail to my J. So I'm starting off harder, or I suppose thicker on the outside, and shading it in. It's very important when doing this to kind of hold your pencil on an angle. You can see here that I'm not holding my pencil upright. I don't want the pointy bit of the pencil. I also want to do it on an angle so I can get a wider area of the lead itself, just so I can get a smoother area. I found a good way, if it is getting a little bit rough or a little bit dark in the center, just grab your eraser and just lighten off the inside a bit, and then you can go back over it with a pencil again. Especially in these larger bits, I found it a little bit, it wasn't as easy to get it as smooth, so I just went in with the eraser and then tidied it up again after. And just to finish it off, we're just going to add a really light shade down at the bottom, just to really reinforce that the J is sitting on, I suppose, a forest floor. I've gone really lightly with a brown, and then I've gone really lightly with the green over the top, just to give that effect once again and reinforce the colours that we've already used, and that's it. So there you go, it's as easy as that, guys, just a few simple steps. This would be super cute in a study, or it would also be adorable for a girl's room. Once again, this is totally customizable. You can choose whatever colours you want. Obviously do your initials. I've displayed mine in a simple frame here, which has a matte border inside of it. Another cute way to hang it would be to stick a nail in the wall and use a bulldog clip and hang it off of that, and that's another way that you could display your artwork. If you guys have a go at this, don't forget to tag me ArtWJess on Instagram and use the hashtag ArtWithJess. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys.